Good morning, everybody. Again, now I am live streaming now, and in the future you can review the materials from watching my video. And just a reminder about the week 17 here, we will have the final exam, and I will give you the questions from the textbook and from the materials I gave you. Don't worry, I will open everything. The same policy, you can use everything, every computer, every cell phone, every material from textbook, from your notes. They are okay, but just one thing you prevent to do, to discuss online or discuss on site with your classmates. Okay, then okay. Oh, the time runs so fast, and today is the week 12, and we still have 13, 14, 15, 16, then have final exam. And about the week 18, I will record some videos to explain the final exam questions. So you don't need to come to the campus, but if you want to discuss, please let me know. I'm always on my office close to the building, the top one, the building B970. You're welcome, but please like me first because I'm always running on campus somewhere, I don't know. Okay, so this part is okay. And now let's go back to the part. And let me show you. Because I'm so proud of those students. The same situation for you. I highly encourage you to do. Oh, sorry. On the other side. Later I will show you the photos because the students, they have their presentation in front of maybe 5 or 6 professors because it was a competition. Still, the 3 students from our department, they attended the annual meeting of Nutrition Association in Taiwan, and it was a pity that no one got a place, not got a place. And but I think they already did their best, and I'm very proud of them. Okay, then it's one thing. Okay, then today we are continue to analyze those information. How did we do with those data? Okay. Let's move to previously, and I think the video, I just copy and paste the video I played here. I think that the video. Sorry. That is really good. That's really good. Oh, it's the advertisement. Okay. I think her video is much better than my explanation and the textbook. So I will use some pictures. Okay, there are 3 types of t-tests. The first one is one simple t-test. The function, the purpose to use one simple t-test is to examine whether the group of samples are from a big population. And this figure, the author used I like this one, and to be honest, I cannot create the diagram, the visualization like this, and this one can explain the principles so clear. Okay, here the people in red and people in yellow, they are two groups. They can be populations, they can be samples. Okay, let me review it again. What are samples? What are populations? Samples, generally a small number selected, pick up from a big population. Why we need to pick up some samples? Because it is impossible due to the time, due to the cost, due to the limited money budget. We cannot, and it's impossible to select all people come to our test. Thus, we try to select samples. But a professor from accounting, he said the big data and online big data will change some parts in the statistics, because now online shopping and some behavior are recorded online. That can be a big data, and in the future, maybe scientists or business technicians like the position you will take like that, he or she doesn't need to take sample anymore, because on your hand there are many useful online data. Then you can analyze it. Meanwhile, the computer power, the calculation power excuse me, is increasing, and the computer chips become cheaper. So it's possible to do it in a minute. Okay, now watch this video, and here the people in the red, and there is a dashed line here, it means the average, and the people in yellow here, it means the average. So according to the equation, or we call it formula, we want to calculate whether those two groups are the same. Then there is a formula. You don't need to memorize it, because it's ugly, very ugly. In the denominator, there are square root and something like that. In the numerator, you need to calculate something. But on the computer, you just select range, copy, paste, select, then you will get the results. So there's one thing here. Then we can see. So I think I like this one. One sample test. People from here compared to the population. So she draws an in the video, there is Earth here. It means the big population. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people selected from the sample. And this time, it can be conducted by the one sample t-test to try to know whether the group belongs to the big population. But sure, you need have the basic information from the population first. The first data is the mean. The second one is the standard deviation. And the second one, independent sample t-test. I know that it's very difficult to understand what it is from the words independent sample t-test. It's very confusing. Okay, let me have an example. The first group, the people live in Taoyuan. The second group, people live in Taipei. I just want to know those two groups, do they have the same income? Oh no, okay, income is a sensitive issue. No, okay. Do they have the same body weight from 40 to 70 kilograms, or maybe 50 to 80 kilograms, like this? And this time, the test we call it independent sample t-test is useful to run this situation. Assume we finish the analyze and we know people from Taoyuan, the average body weight 60 kilograms and the standard deviation is 5.4 kilograms. Okay, then the second group, people from Taipei, the average body weight is 58, and then the standard deviation is 2.3. Personally, after the calculation, I think they have no evidence to show those two groups have any significant difference. And this part is when I was a PhD student, when I learned this part, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare, not only for me, but many students. But in our language, we need to conquer this situation. In our language, you need to wear your helmet to fight. And however, with many students from different countries, we conquer the problem. Okay, that is the second part. And the third part is paired sample t-test. Paired sample t-test, yes. And next week, I told you that we did a survey from international students, and we compared, for example, the first one here. The lady did something in the beginning. After clock, it means the time. Okay, after time, something changed. For example, if the exam is about drinking green tea, whether it can reduce the blood pressure, and maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 11 or 100. Either one is okay. 100 people are selected to run this test. Before they drink the green tea, they need to measure their blood pressure. After drinking the green tea, maybe 1 liter a day and 7 days a week. After that, they will come to check the blood pressure again. Then compare those information whether the green tea can lower the blood pressure. Though this time we use parity test. And again, to run the data and get the results are pretty simple. I will tell you how to do that, and you can select, and you can tell me, oh, yes, sir, no significant differences. Or you can tell me, yes, there is significant differences existing among those tests. You can tell me about this. But when you check the formula, check the equations, it was a nightmare. Believe me. Okay, so this part I'm going to come back to our, and here I'm going to copy this one to you. Well, you can I think from the Google Office, there are functions about t-test, but I prefer to use this one, the free online application from this website, and that's easier for you. And okay, now take a look of my data here. Okay, here okay, do you remember last week I offered those information And now this time, please do one. Sorry, let's have a quick review from previous week. Last time I gave you the information from 5 Japanese students, 11 Philippine students, and 10 students from Vietnam, and 1 from Mongolia, 2 from sorry, it's embarrassing for me to read this term. Okay, we know it, and the student, they will go back to their country in June. Okay, and 2 students from Indonesia. Okay, now last week you ran the test of mean and standard deviation, thus we get a result. And just one more reminder, only you can get a mean from the same 2 samples. It lists 2 samples. If you have only 1 sample, it makes no sense. Again, mean, the average, at least 2 samples. But when we calculate the standard deviation, at least 3 samples. 3 samples is the basic requirement. Sure. $1, I tried the 2 samples here, but the computer gave me a result, a number, but it makes no sense. Again, 3 is the basic requirement to run the standard deviation. Okay, and now you can do one thing here. We have those information, and we want to know whether they are the same. For example, there are 11 samples from Philippines here, and 10 students from Vietnam. You can do this. For example, I want to know whether, sorry, 1 minute please. I want to know whether the students from those 2 are the same. What does it mean are the same? In the original country, those Philippine students, they drink sugary drinks and intake the same amount of sugars here. You can copy this part and paste it to the website, and copy the column here. Students from Vietnam, the intake of sugar here, and paste to the website. Let me show you how to do this. Okay, then I want to. Okay, now I want to enter or paste up to 2,000 rows. I use unpaired T or paired T. I prefer this one. Okay, then I come back here. I select the data here from 11 Filipino students. Copy. Philippines and Vietnam. Copy and paste here and calculate down. And those information, the t-value is 0.6, the degree of freedom is 19. Degree of freedom, I will explain it maybe next week. And now what we concerned about is the 2-tailed p-value equals 0.5, and it means just remember one value, 0.05, and this value is greater than 0.05. Thus, we can say no significant difference from them. In other words, students from Vietnam and Philippines, in the original country, their patterns, their models to drink sugary drinks has no significant differences. We cannot say the same, but in the academic way, we say it no significant differences. Okay, Get it? And you can break this part later. Okay, let's have a 10-minute break. See you later.